Maybe you are just now joining me on this journey, but to give you a summation of what has happened. What first started as a swap from the stock fuel pump hanger to a radium engineering double pump hanger has become a long drawn out process of troubleshooting issues with the fuel tank. The good news is that the radium engineering double pump hanger is not to blame, but rather my lack of care when installing it. So here is the TLDR of the situation, and apparently I'm not the only one who has had some of these issues. You have to be very careful when removing the stock hardware for the fuel pump. The little 8mm nuts can be easily over-tightened and or stripped. In my case, I actually broke one of the studs, which many have done based on the internet research I have read. When you can no longer bolt the fuel pump housing down completely, the seal tends to leak quite a bit when the fuel tank is full. At first I thought I could remedy this situation simply by replacing the stripped stud with a closed-end riv nut. I made a whole video on that, which in the end didn't solve the problem completely. The tank still leaked. Then I assumed it was the old worn-out seal, so I replaced that too. Again, this was not the entire issue. So here we are again trying to figure out why the tank still leaks. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the leak. This time I decided to be a little smarter in placing my GoPro closer to the tank when filling up. As you can see, the leak actually starts not from the flange where the rubber seal for the pump is, but at the metal interface of the tank and the mounting flange. Without completely removing the tank and cutting it apart to see how it is constructed, I can only assume there is a secondary seal here that was damaged when I installed the riv nut to replace the broken stud. So in my attempt to fix the issue, I also created another issue. Now, to hopefully fix the leak for the final time, we are going to do some good old redneck engineering and break out the JB Weld for this fix. First, of course, I have removed the fuel pump and taped off the opening. I'm going to hand prep the surface with some coarse grit sandpaper to promote adhesion of the JB Weld tank weld epoxy. Once I have completed and cleaned the area with the greaser, I'm going to mix the JB Weld epoxy and apply it to the seam where the leak is occurring. After about an hour of dry time, I have reinstalled the pump. So let's go to the gas station and fuel her up. Voila! It seems to work. Hopefully this fixes the problem because this has been a long and drawn out process, and I really don't want to be dealing with it anymore. Well, I think we finally fixed it well enough to move forward, so that took a lot of work, and I've taken so long to do it that I need to get a haircut again. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. That's how I use JB Weld to fix the problem. It's not a perfect solution, but you know what? At this point, let's just make it work for a while. And maybe later down the road, we'll replace the tank, but it's going to be a long time from now. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Bye.